And staying with that story, we are in the studio with our guest who's going to be talking to us about what the community is doing. Keabetswe Malebo from Pimville Community is a community leader, is with us in studio. Keabetswe, thank you so much for joining us here on Newsfeed PM edition. How are you?
Thank you for having me, my brother. I'm devastated. I'm broken as a community leader. I'd like to send my condolences out to the community of Nomzamo, to the community of Soweto, Hutata, within the community. So, yeah,
So in a situation like this, before we get to the plans that the minister has put aside to deal with this, what normally happens in a situation like this from a community's perspective as community leaders? How do you deal with such a problem?
To tell you the honest truth, my brother, how we deal with this is that we've got a team of security clusters that we normally work with on the daily, protecting the community day in and day out. Right now we are protecting Kliptown Square. That is under siege right now. They're trying to demolish it and take it for what it's left. So we've protected Maponya Mall as well, together with Libo and Tantalak. So normally we work with security clusters to be the eyes and ears and the intelligence on the ground for us, because we are not equipped as leaders to go on the ground and solve this problem, but normally it's our security clusters that give us intelligence and give us a way forward how to handle this kind of situation.
Looking at what happened in Orlando,
sure.
Sure. These people are heavily armed.
Sure.
Is the community equipped enough to deal with such? I mean, we're talking about AK-47s.
The community is not equipped to handle high-caliber rifles. If you remember very well, the community of Pimville Community was shot at not so long ago when we lost Khomoto Diale. We complained about the situations within the communities. We complained about the informal settlements that are surrounding our communities and are harboring these people that have high-caliber rifles within our communities. To tell the honest truth, when we speak about it now, it's about tribalism. Because now, foreign nationals that are heavily armed like this within our communities, it seems like other nations fatsi. But however, we've got intelligence on the ground that deals with this on the daily, that know the information. These are the type of people within our communities that are heavily armed. I mean, we've reported this to the minister not so long ago when he had the Imbizo. We told him that we were shot at with a high-caliber rifle.
And what was the response from the ministry when you gave them that information, as you're saying that you have intelligence to support these reports or allegations, if I can put it that way, that these people are heavily armed and you know who they are? In communication with the minister, with the police, are they involved? Are they helping?
With the case of Khomoto Diale, two suspects were apprehended, which is two Basotho illegal nationals, because the court case now is ongoing. And we have confirmed, even the court has confirmed, that Habana the documents to support, documents of saying that they are...
So they are in the country illegally?
They are in the country illegally. Yeah. So fact is, we got shot at by illegal Soto foreign nationals, right? And then we've got this case, Yakonomza. They shot at the community with a high-caliber rifle. Just after 2 months ago, when we reported to the minister that you apprehended two people, but to tell you the honest truth, that the third suspect is still out there with a high-caliber rifle. The high-caliber rifle was not found. And I did mention to the minister that you have apprehended people, but the guy that has a high-caliber rifle is still in the loose. And we told them about it, that we have people in our communities that are heavily armed with high-caliber rifles. What do you expect an ordinary policeman to do? Because when we go and report a case or go chicken farm, this is what's going on. They can't enter. Ladies two women were kidnapped 3 months ago, just after the Imbizo happened. Two women were, just after the mayor was in our community, 2 women were kidnapped and raped by Kenywa Kamwara Maseru. They went to the police station to report the case, but guess what? Unfortunately, Maponesa, they were honest that
So Keabetswe, in the interest of time, so the minister now says he wants to deploy Amaberete.
Sure.
Do you think that as community leaders will assist? And if so, how?
It's a temporary situation, to tell you the honest truth. Security clusters within Soweto are being ignored on the daily. Why Basa involved in the security cluster? Because of, yes, Amaberete were going to come on the ground, they're going to deal with the situation. But after then, the same thing that happened go chicken farm. Amaberete, we had a tactical unit that went there to go search for those people. They were apprehended, and then 2 months later, another community was shot at. So that's why I'm saying that this is a temporary situation, because had they involved our local security clusters that are fighting crime on the daily, that are making sure each and every day, and making sure that the community is safe. But the unfortunate situation is that local security clusters are being ignored. Call and find out and get information about local security clusters that have worked to protect the community as best as they can. They are being ignored each and every day. The minister was here today. They're still singing the same song. We are going to be held accountable we are going to hold those that are accountable for what they did. But to tell you the honest truth, it's never the case they will hold them accountable because of
So ideally, how would you like the ministry, the police in the community and beyond to assist you guys as communities to deal with this kind of issues?
Okay. Let's get our local security companies a budget so that they can able to protect the community on the daily. Let's help local people that are interested with safeguarding our communities, which is our patrollers. Get the SIRA documents. Make sure that they are compliant to carry the rifle. Make sure that you equip them the resource to help the police station, because our police stations are
But what sort of resources are we talking about here? Are we talking guns? Because these people are coming with AK-47s?
We are talking about them being properly armed with the same ammunition that they have. Because let's be honest, if Oreleponesa, Likeneko chicken farm, somebody who has a high caliber rifle holding a 9mm, how are we going to solve that problem? Because of Onache, they are scared because of all they have is a pistol. So the local security companies, the same way that white security companies within white neighborhoods, have you seen how they are? They are always having proper resources to take on people with high caliber rifles that are shooting at them. So let us make sure that in everything that we do, arm the local security companies the same way that the thieves and thugs that are shooting at our communities with the same ammunition.
And just finally then, I mean, as you say, it's a temporary situation or temporary solution to the problem that you're currently having, where the minister is saying, let's bring in Amaberete. Are you prepared as community to work with them? And looking at the history of Amaberete, that sometimes they can be a bit heavy-handed.
To tell you the honest truth, Abuti, we got intel today. One of them, they were excited that they were coming into the communities. But that's not the approach that we need. The approach that we need is to make sure that we cap crime as best as we can. The approach that we need is to make sure that we deal with informal settlements that are surrounding the communities. The approach that we need is to make sure that the community is safe from all arms that the community is being faced with. If we can do that, then we can have a proper community, a functional community. There's a budget at Zulenya Township Economic Development, ailing 850 million. They are planning to open up the economy of Soweto. How are you planning to open up the economy of Soweto when the economy is dark? We know that when the community is dark, we know what in darkness, obviously the devil is going to rise. So make sure that we live in a community whereby we have electricity. Make sure that in that budget, the 850 million, take a certain portion of that money. Make sure that you support local security clusters and build them so that they can start protecting our communities, because you can already see that the community is bleeding. But not only are they bleeding, they are dying.
Absolutely. Keabetswe, we're going to have to leave it there, but thank you so much, and we wish you and the community the best of luck in combating these many problems that we are facing.